Good morning, everyone, and welcome into another special edition of Mornings on Main Street. I am your guest host today, Zach Womble, and you are looking live at Broadway, downtown Nashville, before it gets hectic, before it gets crazy out there. Looking beautiful today. So excited to join you on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Hope you are excited to join me as well as we go through this next hour. We have a ton planned for you today. We have Titan insider Terry McCormick joining us at the end of the show, and we've got Tommy Bryan, Hall of Famer, Wilson Sports editor as well. But first, before we do anything, we are going to welcome in the guy that you know as the intern. That is Justin Kulik. Justin, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Zach. How's it going, man?
It's going very well, man. Again, much like the second time I did the show, I had a spring in my step this morning.
Yeah.
Was able to roll out of bed pretty easily. So all things good, man. But to be honest with you, we got a little bit of maybe inclement weather coming in today. So let's jump right over to you to see what that weather report has to say.
Fantastic segue there. I almost said Subway. All right. So for weather today, we are sponsored by Roy Meat Service. You can go online at roymeatservice.com and check them out. They have a fantastic meat, fantastic food in general. And also they have really cool people. Let's look at the photos here. We'll go down here. Look at that meat. That's such good meat. Look at Roy in his red apron. It's so good. That grill, awesome. But yeah, go down to Roy Meat Service. They have great quesadillas. Me and Zach will probably hit that up later on today. And as far as the weather goes, we have a lot of rain coming, Zach.
Ugh.
A bunch. We talked a little bit of it off camera, but yeah, too much rain, to be honest. But yeah, it's going to be 75, 73 right now, but rain chances pretty much until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So bring that rain jacket.
Oh, just the worst, man.
It is.
Just the worst. I guess this is what it's probably like living in the Pacific Northwest, just rain all the time. We were talking off air, it went like 3 weeks. It didn't rain at my house. I didn't have to mow, didn't have to worry about it.
Right.
And now it seems like it's rained every day and I'm behind the 8 ball. So I feel bad for the pup that has to go out with the tall wet grass to do what she's got to do. But you know what? Maybe probably not today, but maybe sometime this weekend I can get out there and get it taken care of.
Yeah.
As I mentioned at the start of the show, you're going to want to stick through the entire hour as Titan insider Terry McCormick joins us later on at 7:40. We've also got Wilson County sports editor and Hall of Famer Tommy Bryan joining the show to talk about all things Wilson County. And of course, we're going to do a little national holiday talk. We're going to do this day in history. And of course, we're going to close out the show with some celebrity birthdays. How does that sound, Justin?
Sounds fantastic.
Awesome.
Also, we got the Magic Man.
Oh, yes. We cannot forget about the Magic Man. I completely spaced on that. Justin messaged me this morning and was like, hey, when do you want the Magic Man on? I said, first, pause.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Who's the Magic Man? Are we bringing in John C. O'Reilly from Talladega Nights? I mean, is that what's happening right now? But he told me that Jason Michaels is really great at what he does. So we're excited to bring him on at 7:20 just to see what he's got to showcase.
Oh yeah.
But first and foremost, Justin, let's do a little national holiday talk. How does that sound?
I love it. Let's do it.
Well, what better way to open up the national holiday talk than celebrating National Lazy Day?
Oh my goodness.
That is today.
Look at that.
National Lazy Day. So
I had no idea.
We shouldn't have even came in today.
Yeah, I agree. I know. Let's just go.
Yeah. So see you guys, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. And we're going to enjoy the rest of the day. If it wasn't raining, I would say I'd like to spend my day golfing, but
exactly.
I don't know that that's going to be possible today. So after I leave here, though, I'm going to take advantage and celebrate the holiday accordingly.
Absolutely. You should, and do it for all the people that can't.
Absolutely.
Go kick everybody out there. Go kick your feet on the sofa. Whatever you're doing right now, leave.
Yep, that's exactly.
Go home.
Tell your boss that I said you can stay home today.
Exactly. Yes. Straight from Z-Wom.
That's right. It's also National S'mores Day.
Oh.
Do you like a good s'mores, Justin?
I do. Okay, wait. When you're roasting the marshmallow,
mm-hmm.
Are you a try to get golden brown guy, or are you a let it catch on fire and?
No, I like the golden brown. I'm not a big I don't know if you call it a charcoal taste that it is, but the char taste, that's not me. I like the golden brown, but to be honest with you, I like s'mores, don't get me wrong, but I can't eat too many. They're just too sweet for me, Justin.
Yeah, true. And they're sticky.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of things that get in between these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Not a fan.
Got to keep the digits apart.
Exactly.
And also want to give a shout out to the AT&T Batman building because today is also National Skyscraper Appreciation Day. Justin, do you have a favorite skyscraper, Justin?
I was wondering when this was going to come. I just am very, very excited about this holiday. I would have to say the Pinnacle building downtown that looks like
Ooh.
it doesn't have a roof.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorites.
that's a nice one
Of
as
course,
well.
the Batman building, classic. What about you?
I mean, AT&T building, shout out to them. I mean, it's what Nashville's skyline, right? I mean,
Exactly.
anytime you think of the Nashville skyline, you think of the Batman building.
Right.
Also, it made me think of, I'm a big How I Met Your Mother fan.
Okay.
And so there was an episode where Ted, who was one of the main characters, was talking to a skyscraper and like petting it and stuff. It made me think of that episode. And so yeah, National Skyscraper Appreciation Day. So if you like buildings, if you like skyscrapers, go pet one, go say hey, and go
Now's
just
the
say,
time.
yeah, go say thank you for all that you do for the skyline.
And I mean, good news is you can do it at any point during the day because it's not going to move, not
That's
going
right.
anywhere.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Justin.
Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. If it does, then we've got some bigger problems. All right, those are the three that I highlighted, Justin. There were more, but I just wanted to highlight a few. I do want to go down to though this day in entertainment because there's some good stuff in here, Justin.
I bet there is.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
So just looking at my list, it's movie. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies and one song. Okay.
Wow.
So a little bit of a hint. Okay.
One song. Okay. So one song played it in 6 movies?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No. This was just a hit song that came out let's just start with that.
Okay.
So this hit song came out in 2013
Gotcha.
from a female artist. Had
to be Fergie.
Should I give you the artist's name because she has released several hits? Would that make it easier for you?
I think it would make it easier, but maybe the name of I'm trying to think of which one would make it a little harder. I mean, not harder because it's really hard now, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let me give you the artist. So this was released in 2013 by the classical artist Katy Perry. Do you have any idea of what song Katy Perry released in 2013 on this day?
The descendant from Sebastian Bach.
Yes, exactly.
I gotta say, 2013 is when I graduated high school.
Oh, shout out Lebanon.
So I got that certificate. Let's go. It wouldn't be. Katy Perry. Firework?
Ooh, close. It was the hit classic, future Hall of Famer, Roar by Katy Perry. And let me just say this right now. If you do not get hyped from Roar, check the pulse.
Yeah,
because
for real. In your ears.
That song just goes absolutely in and will get your day started on a good note. So
absolutely in.
To be honest with you, as soon as this show's over, I may go play it for like the entire ride home back to Hendersonville.
It's so true. It's like, even if you don't like that type of music,
yeah,
your foot taps.
Oh yeah. It's a hype song.
Exactly.
It just is what it is. Okay. Let's move to the films. Okay. I'm not going to give you the directors because I didn't look that up, to be honest with you, Justin.
I wouldn't know even if you told me. So
okay. First up, released in 2018. So just 4 years ago. Do you know what movie was released in 2018 on this day?
Marvel?
Close. The Meg.
The Meg.
Meg.
The shark one.
Yep. The shark movie. Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite shark movie? Because I have one. And I think it's above the others. Not that great acting, to be real, since Jaws.
What is and now I'm drawing. It's not Into the Blue because that's with Jessica Alba and
it's a good one.
And
I think that's Fool's Gold. No, you're right.
It's the one with, I believe it's got Ice Cube in it, and they're like in a research center underneath
Samuel L. But yeah,
they're in a research center underneath water
where the shark comes out, eats him.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that movie. Look, it's my favorite, and I can't even remember the name of it. How terrible is that?
That's a good one, though. Mine's 47 Meters Down.
There you go. I never saw that movie.
It's good. It has a bunch of elements.
Okay.
It's not just the sharks. Sharks are really heavily involved, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Just check it out.
All right. Today, what about today in 2011? Do you know which film was released today in 2011?
Was it what genre?
Ooh,
I like saying that word.
Good,
genre.
I guess you could call it a drama. You could call it an eye-opening experience.
Inception.
No, close. The Help. Do you remember? Do you remember that movie?
So that was the one with Key and Peele, or what's his name?
No. That was the one. I don't know the actresses' names in it, but
or I think the director, right? Remember Jordan Peele? You know Jordan Peele.
He may have directed. Yeah. He may have directed it. But I'm not entirely sure on that one. But it's essentially it's a movie about The Help, which is African American woman who is a maid at a.
Oh yeah. I didn't see it, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's an eye-opening movie. It's solid for sure. It's a solid movie.
2011. That's
yeah. When I saw that, I thought, wow, 11 years ago. Hard to believe. What about this day in 2007, Justin? It's a trilogy. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. It's a trilogy. It's the third of a trilogy.
It wasn't Star Wars, was it?
No, it was Rush Hour 3.
Oh, that is such a good trilory.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because Star Wars 3, Episode 3, I had my birthday party at the movie theater.
Nice. Were you 17, 18?
It was the other day, actually. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or go ahead.
Shout out to the Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, Rush Hour is fantastic.
Yeah, most certainly. Classical movies.
Yes.
This movie was a remake that was released sometime after 2010. I didn't pick up that date, but the original was released on this day in 1984. Do you know which film that was, Justin?
Ooh. And they've done a remix.
And they've done a remake. I think Chris Hemsworth was the main star
in the remake.
Yeah, and then Drake. No, you remember Drake and Josh? It was Josh was also in that movie as well.
Oh, okay.
Those two were the main stars. It's a remake, but the original was released on this day in 1984.
Indiana Jones.
Close. Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Yeah, Red Dawn.
Great movie.
A few more before we jump into our first break. Okay. This day in 2001, this movie was released.
2001 on this date.
Yeah. It's also a trilogy, but it's the second of a trilogy.
Lord of the Rings.
American Pie 2.
Oh yeah. You got me. I'm thinking of these like sagas.
Hey, listen, this is tough. This is
a tough one.
This might be harder than Celebrity Birthdays.
It is for sure.
Yeah. So wanted to throw a little curveball to Justin this morning.
Got me.
Last two.
All right.
This is a comedy, and it was released in 2012, and it's nothing but a comedy. It's got Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Land of the Lost.
The Campaign.
Oh my gosh, great movie.
The Campaign.
Can't's the real C word.
That's right.
I'm Marty Huggins.
And the last one before we jump into our first break, Justin, it was released on this day in 2012. I believe it's a trilogy, but there may be more, like 4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
Sorry, no, it's not a great hint there. It's got
action.
It's got I think it's Matt Damon is the
Bourne.
The Bourne Legacy.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Hey.
I never watched one of those.
There you go. Well, Justin got 1 out of what was it, 9 that we said. So hey, not a great percentage, but maybe he'll do better on Celebrity Birthdays.
It's all about how you end it, though.
That's right. Make sure you're sticking through to the end of the show to see how he does there. But first, let's jump into our first break. But after the break, we're going to welcome in the Magic Man. So stay tuned through the break.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
At WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics, we pride ourselves in providing access, innovation, and a patient experience second to none. Access to care and treatment when you need it. Innovation with medical-led cosmetics and various on-site technologies for full-service treatments with a customer experience that is calming, casual, and effective. Independently owned, providing medical, surgical, pediatric, and cosmetic dermatology and more. Visit WellSkinMD.com to schedule your appointment today. WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics. Access to healthier skin.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. You're looking at Broadway, downtown Nashville. Before it gets crazy, shout out to the civilians down there sitting at the red light, whoever you are. Hope you got us tuned in to Mornings on Main Street. We want to thank you so much for joining us this morning, just after 7:15 in the morning, 7:17. And as I teased you before the break, we've got the Magic Man coming up soon. But first, I want to give a shout out to our colleague, George Plaster. As some of you know, George was recently inducted into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame, and I just wanted to say, George, congratulations. As someone who has grew up in Nashville listening to you on the airwaves, it is no shock to me that you have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. You are a true professional and great at what you do, and I just want to say, George, congratulations, and we are so excited to have you a part of the Main Street Media Tennessee staff. So again, congratulations. Have a great show today, but now we move on to the man of the hour. That is the Magic Man, Jason Michaels. Jason, how are you doing today?
I am good. How are you guys doing in the studio?
Doing great, man. My name is Zach Womble. We have obviously not met yet. I am a guest host today, part of the Main Street Media staff. When Justin reached out this morning and said, hey, we got the Magic Man coming on, I could not have been more excited. So, Jason, what have you got for us today?
Okay, I tell you what, it's funny. Being a magician, when you're working on magic tricks, when you're trying to create new ideas and whatnot, a lot of times you have to do a ton of research, and you're researching things that are common, things that people are used to seeing, and you're trying to learn interesting like trivia facts about them. So I just basically have a $5 bill here. It's nothing. Let me see if I can get it so you guys can use. Yep, $5 bill. Nothing altogether all that special about a $5 bill. I mean, it can purchase some stuff, but what's interesting about American currency, whether it's a 1 or 5 or a 10, is that the bills, the banknotes that we have in our wallets, are not actually made of paper. They're made of fiber, like a sort of a really tough fabric. And what's interesting about that is if I take the $5 bill and I literally roll the $5 bill up into a cone. Now I'm doing this right in front of you. It's not gonna leave your sight. I can actually start to pull some of the fiber out of the bill. Some of the paper that is made makes up the bill. I can pull it from the bill. The fiber literally comes out. There's quite a bit of fiber, and it just completely comes out of the bill. And when you take the fiber out of the bill doesn't look any different, but without the little green and black fibers that make the bill up, you can't actually spend it legally. Now, I mean, here's the deal. Check this out. I mean, it is as clean as can be. And here's what, I mean, it's fancy, it's wonderful, because all I do in order to spin this, in order to go buy some gum or something like that at the store, all I have to do is make a little cone, take the fibers, place the fibers back inside the bill, all the way inside the little cone. Come on, guys, all the way down. And then when you unfold it,
So wait, you didn't have any glue or anything.
Look. I mean, I am obviously wondering how the heck you did that first and foremost, Jason, because I am sitting here like, where did the fiber go? Where'd the fiber go? But you put it back in the bill.
Exactly.
That's why we can't see it, because you put it back, Jason.
We put it back. Exactly right. It's just, it's just one of those strange little things that you learn about when you're working on a brand new magic trick. Now, I don't know how much time you guys set aside for this, but since here's the deal. I knew that we were going to meet for the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
So here's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
Zach.
Yeah.
I tried to I found out this morning, just a little while ago, that it was going to be you and me chatting. And so I was like, okay, I wonder if I can maybe figure something out, learn something about Zach. So I tried to look you up and try to see if I could learn something about what makes you tick. Now, here's what's interesting. I have a deck of cards right here.
Okay.
I'm just going to hold on to them right here in sight. Here's what I'd like you to do. Little experiment. I want you to pretend like you can see an entire deck of cards spread out, like they're fanned out in front of you, like a magician would fan them out. You can see them in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do that for me right now.
Okay.
And so there are going to be some cards psychologically that are more appealing than others. Like if I were to say to you, just think of a card, you might think of an ace of spades, because that's the card that is like the big, very distinct card in a deck. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to stay away from psychologically appealing cards like the ace of spades, like the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts is a very common card. But other than that, I want you to see all the cards spread out in front of you.
Okay. I got them.
You can see they're all mixed up. There's red cards, black cards, number cards, picture cards, lots of different choices. When you see one card, it can be somewhat obvious. It can be very obscure. But when you see an actual card that is an actual card, not a joker, but an actual real playing card you would use in a game, lock in on it.
Okay, I'm locked in
on it. So you're zoomed in.
I got it.
Say it out loud so that we all know what you're thinking right now.
Okay, say it to you so you can hear me.
Everybody to hear you.
Okay, so I've got the eight of hearts.
8 of hearts. Okay. Now, do you think? Now, I told you I was doing a little bit of research on you.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that I could do a little bit of research, look around, try to find, maybe get into social media or different things, and learn enough about you that somehow I would know you would pick the 8 of hearts?
You're the magic man, so I'm.
Well, that's a good point. I am the magic man. Now
I'm going to believe you. I'm going to believe you. You can do this, Jason.
All right, now check.
No pressure, baby.
I took one card out of this deck of cards before we began this morning, and I turned it upside down.
Jason, don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's a redback card, Zach.
He's about to do it to you.
Oh, Jason. Oh my gosh.
He's in your
head.
head.
I'm talking about
Jason.
I know, right? There you go. That's what's gonna, you know what? That's gonna be the thing that for the rest of the day you're just gonna be like, I'm just gonna be rolling around in your head.
Yeah. I'm literally going to go as soon as the show ends. I'm calling my wife. I'm telling her the magic man just blew my mind on stream. And I'm going to be thinking about it all. That was incredible. How the heck did you do that, man?
Fantastic.
You know what? So I got into magic when I was 16 years old because I thought it would be fun just to learn a few simple card tricks when I was playing cards with friends. We would play cards on the weekend, and it just lit this passion for magic inside me, and I've been doing this now for over 30 years. I do a Saturday night show in downtown Nashville. It's a full 90-minute show. Like it's cool because there's like sleight of hand magic, and then there's like tricks with like that, like intimate interactive stuff where you're literally participating. I actually even have some small illusions in the show. Like typically you wouldn't expect to see something in this little tiny 30-seat theater. You wouldn't think that you would see like items float and things appear. You wouldn't think that's impossible, but literally every time we do a show Saturday nights, the audiences are sitting there and they're seeing stuff that they would I believe that they're saying things that they think would only be seen in Vegas, but it's right here in downtown Nashville. So
that is awesome. Well, I'm going to get tickets. I don't know about you, Justin, and I think anyone else that is enamored by this like I am should go on that website, get some tickets, and go see what he's got to offer. I mean, the Magic Man, Jason Michaels.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's just pulling out all the tricks this morning. It was awesome. Jason, thank you so much, man. You blew my mind today, and we just really appreciate the visit.
Thanks for having me. Always nice to be on the show. You guys have a great rest of your day.
See you, Jason.
Take care.
See you, Jason.
Man, how about him, right?
Dude, that was awesome.
I'm telling you, he's blows my mind every single time. When he said that he did research on you, I kind of got a little. I was like, oh no, a magician doing research on me, and it just doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
I mean, It sounds good, I guess, but
he needs. So I doubt he calls himself the Magic Man.
He doesn't seem to love that. No, I'm just kidding.
I doubt he calls himself that. But if he did, he should 1,000% steal the bit from Talladega Nights.
Absolutely.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Absolutely.
Magic Man, Jason C. Riley. But anyways, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I wish we would have had that the first 2 times that I hosted because that was really fun. But we're going to take our second break. But make sure you're staying through because after the break, we've got Wilson County sports editor Tommy Bryan joining the show to talk about all things Wilson County. And later up after that, we've got Terry McCormick and, of course, celebrity birthdays.
I highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation because of their caring nature and attentiveness to detail.
Pre-planning your funeral now will bring you peace of mind and less stress to your loved ones. When the chaos of losing you happens, your family can honor and celebrate your life, knowing things are happening just as you wanted them to. Pre-planning determines the details of your funeral, cemetery services, and can be less expensive. We are honored to serve you and are always here for you in your time of need.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
Hey everyone, I'm John English. This is Keith Wallace, and we would like to welcome you to John English Antique Sports and Cards in Shelbyville, Tennessee.
We specialize in graded and ungraded sports and non-sports card, vintage wax boxes, and unopened cases. We have a large selection of PSA graded cards. We also specialize in old sports collectibles, baseball, football, basketball, golf, and tennis. You can find it all at John English Antique Sports and Cards.
We are happy to be associated with Nashville's greatest sports antique, George Plaster.
Serving Williamson and surrounding counties, Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee offers comprehensive orthopedic care with 16 subspecialized physicians. Our practice provides high-tech care with a hometown touch. We offer physician clinics, physical and occupational therapy, advanced imaging, and surgical services, including interventional procedures. Call us at 615-791-2630. We're Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee. High-tech care with a hometown touch.
We landed on the moon, punk.
Oh, yeah, it's National Moon Day.
Can you name the astronaut who first stepped foot on the moon?
The one that put the camera on, the one that set up the camera before Lance Armstrong.
The first astronaut to step on the moon, none other than jazz legend Louis Armstrong.
Lots of cheese.
You like it, a cheese?
You know, as the parents, the club, the state, it was an incredibly emotional time.
Now, you're a combination of Ted Lasso and Vince Lombardi, my man.
Hopefully more Vince Lombardi, to be honest with you.
I think it's got some great potential in terms of long-term events here. And the folks at the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix do a great job in putting this event on.
Oh, National Hot Dog. Remember last year with the Daddy's Dogs, National Hot Dog Day? He brought out like 30 hot dogs.
Yes.
And we ate all of them and we got gassy. Remember? That
Absolutely. Yeah, there was one with cream cheese on it.
Oh, so good.
What's there not to love?
Well, you know what? 3% of the people don't like oxygen.
Jody Jones Dentistry can handle all your dental needs, from the basics to cosmetic procedures. All of this in the nicest dental facility I have ever seen. Jody has done it right. They're located conveniently at 55 Music Square East, and for an appointment, it's simple. Dial 615-259-5100 and tell them Plaz sent you.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street, to this Wednesday, August 10th edition, just 7:30 here in the morning, looking at Broadway. Shout out to the pedestrians for, just having good traffic right now. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of traffic, but at least they're following the laws, right, Justin? I mean, at least they're keeping it smooth.
Exactly. Yep.
But as we come back from break, as I told you before the break, we were going to welcome in Wilson County sports editor Tommy Bryan to the show to give us a little bit of football update, a little bit of Lebanon preview. So let's do that right now, Justin, as Tommy Bryan joins us via phone today. Tommy, how are you doing today?
Hey, morning, guys. Doing well.
Good. We really appreciate you jumping on with us this morning, Tommy. A lot of good things going on in Wilson County. It's about to be high school football season. We've got jamborees coming up this Friday. We've got the regular season kicks off next week. And it's, to my understanding, the Lebanon Blue Devils in Wilson County have really high hopes for this season. Can you just tell our watchers, our listeners, about that team? They've got 15 returning starters on both sides of the football. They were 11-1 last year, or 11-2, had a really great year, and welcome back a lot of players this year. So can you just tell our listeners, tell our watchers just what they can expect from Lebanon and Wilson County football this year in 2022?
Well, Lebanon's coming off a historic year. Lebanon went 11-2 last year, won the region championship. No Lebanon football program in the history of the school had won 11 games, all-time high for the program. They went 1-1 to start the season. They beat Antioch, lost a tough one to Wilson Central, and then reeled off 10 straight wins. And they went to the quarterfinals where they lost to Oakland by about, 15, 17 points, something like that. Oakland went on to win the state championship. Lebanon's got a chance to do at least that well again. They return, as you mentioned, so many good players on both sides of the football. I think a real strength for the football team is going to be the offensive line. Both tackles are going to sign. Left tackle Freeman, Eli Freeman has signed with Ball, is verbally committed to Ball State of the Missouri Valley Conference, and Aiden Donald, the right tackle, has just a slew of folks who have offered him. He's going to narrow his choices down to 6, I think, sometimes next week. The thing they like about Aiden Donald is that he's athletic and he's got room to grow. He's 6'4", about 230 pounds at that right tackle spot. He could put on 30 pounds pretty easy on his frame. He plays basketball. He can dunk the basketball. He's got a mean streak. That's exactly the thing you're looking for. The quarterback, Jalen Abston, when he leaves, when he graduates, he will have all the we don't call them records at Lebanon because nobody really kept hard records up until about 40 years ago. But we can say in the span of about 40 years, nobody's going to have the career passing yards, touchdown yards that Jalen Abston will finish with. Last year, he went over 2,000 yards passing with 23 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. He had a streak of about 9 games where he didn't throw an interception. His top receiver, Anthony Crowell, little slot guy, they call him Mr. Gadget because he does so many different things. He scored touchdowns 5 different ways last year.
Wow.
He receiver, rushing, punt return, kick return, interception returns. Had a big interception return right before the half for a touchdown against Mount Juliet that kind of broke Mount Juliet's back last year. He is incredibly skilled and will do a lot of good things for that football team. Their defensive front, not as deep as perhaps they have been in the last couple of years, but the guys they have are quality. Bryson Jackson and Jack Kleinard lead that bunch up front. Gavin Tomlinson is a linebacker for Lebanon. They're going to be strong in the secondary. They got a kid named David Aluya, whose family is from, I want to say, somewhere originally in Africa, and they moved here when he was in middle school. David he looks like an NFL corner, and he did not know the game, and they have brought him along slowly. Freshman, a lot of JV work, He looks like he's going to start at what they call the field corner to the wide side of the field. And long arms, great hips, can turn, can run. It's going to be fun to watch him play and develop. So they've got they've got a kicker in Sean Redmond who is can blast the football on kickoffs, kick it inside the 5 or into the end zone, setting up field position for them. They've got a defensive unit that last year forced 22 turnovers. So they've got a lot of things going for them. And I think the big thing with Lebanon, can they stay healthy? And if they can stay healthy, they've got a chance to go deep into the playoffs again this year.
Tommy, I want to ask you one more question before we get out of here, because I think it's a polarizing question. But, as someone who's from Wilson County, from Mount Juliet, I've been able to keep an eye on Lebanon for, pretty much my entire life. But it feels like Chuck Gentry has really rejuvenated that football program over at Lebanon. I think he was hired, 4 or 5 years ago to come in. How has he changed the culture of Lebanon football, and how has he gotten them to the point where they are competing for quarterfinals, or they're competing for a 10-win season, region championships, or what have you?
Well, Chuck came in and basically reworked everything. The guy before him, Sam Harp, a brilliant football coach in Kentucky. He's the Gary Rankin of Kentucky with all these state championships. Coach Harp was here for 4 years. Things just didn't mesh. Sometimes it's all about fit. Never really got the assistant coaches worked out, and he did some positive things to get the program going in the right direction. It just didn't show up on the scoreboard in the wins and losses. But Chuck came into a situation where he made sure the weight room was a big deal once again, as it was in the 80s when Mark Medley was the head coach. That's where this football team has made great strides. They have a real emphasis on the 9th grade program. The varsity coaches coach those 9th graders. During practice, they have combined practice on one end of the practice field. 9th graders are working on defense while the varsity's working on offense. And then those coaches flip and turn that thing around. That's his in-house feeder system. He can control what those 9th graders do. They get in the weight room. And we've got 2 pretty good middle school programs in Winfrey Bryant Middle School and Walter J. Baird Middle School who have an emphasis in the weight room. So those kids aren't coming in as novices in the weight room. So it makes for it's when you got 60 something kids on the freshman team every year, it helps build that program, and it's important, and it's a big deal to be a Blue Devil these days.
Yeah, he's certainly done a great job, and it's something that I think everyone has seen from afar, and I'm sure it's been fun for you as someone who calls the Lebanon Blue Devil games, just to and someone who graduate from Lebanon. So I'm sure it's been fun for you just to kind of watch the resurgence under him, and I think he's doing a wonderful job. And who knows what the future holds, but when you say things like a 60 man freshman class and 10-win seasons and region championships, it sure sounds like to me Chuck Gentry is really trying to etch his name in the Lebanon high school history books as a high school football coach. Tommy?
Well, the kids love him, and they'll fight for him. And Darren Reynolds is a big part of what we do. He's a youth pastor in Lebanon, and he helps organize team meals and the Blue Devil Pantry. The demographics for our team is a little bit different from some. You can't jump on a guy for jumping off sides in practice if you can hear his stomach growling. And the school lunch isn't what it used to be. So there's a team pantry. Joseph Storehouse has helped us stock that. A lot of folks have provided some eats for our kids. And during the season, they have 2 team meals during the week because, quite frankly, some of our players, that's the best 2 meals they get all week. And when you take care of those kids off the field, then they're going to fight for you on the field. And it's been pretty apparent with with what we've seen from this football team the last several years. So it's a fun bunch to be around.
Absolutely. A lot of good things going on at Lebanon High School. I implore you to check out wilsonpost.com to see all the latest in sports in Wilson County. And also next week, Wilson County sports fans, Lebanon fans, Tommy is releasing his Wilson County sports football preview tab. So you're going to want to make sure to get that. Tommy, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Mornings on Main Street. Hope you have a blessed day. And thanks again.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
You too. Want to thank Tommy Bryan for joining us to give us a little Lebanon High School update. Justin, I know you enjoyed that as a graduate and as a Blue Devil yourself.
Yeah, BDP, baby.
Yeah, if you say so. Go Mount Juliet. But first, we're going to jump into our last break. And coming up after the break, we've got Titan Insider Terry McCormick.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
At WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics, we pride ourselves in providing access, innovation, and a patient experience second to none. Access to care and treatment when you need it. Innovation with medical-led cosmetics and various on-site technologies for full-service treatments with a customer experience that is calming, casual, and effective. Independently owned, providing medical, surgical, pediatric, and cosmetic dermatology and more. Visit wellskinmd.com to schedule your appointment today. WellSkin Dermatology and Aesthetics. Access to healthier skin.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Electronic Digest, which is a new gadget magazine, talking about movers and shakers in the tech industry, has named the intern one of the fresh faces of 2022. I mean, when are we going to stop with these fresh faces?
What's with all the mail?
You seem like a kid in a candy store, right?
I'm fired up, Joe. I'm fired up. I love it. I love coaching. I love the impact that coaches can have on young people.
It's time now to bring in the, he's busy today. Let's bring in the athletic director from Agavic High School, Coach David Berg. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, Joe. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you you picking me up and doing this.
It's community theater from the fact that everybody has kind of skin in the game. So all the way from doing our roles to putting that set together.
Arthur Magic Kilometer fence a family farm and after being shot between the eyes, seemingly left for dead.
Sounds like a line from a Clint Eastwood movie.
7:45 on this beautiful Wednesday, August 10th edition of Mornings on Main Street. I'm your guest host for the final 15 minutes today. It has flown by, this hour has. I am Zach Womble. You're looking live at downtown Nashville, Broadway, right there. Shout out to the Lucky Saloon. No free shout outs. But as I mentioned before the break, we were going to welcome in Titan insider Terry McCormick to the show to talk about all things Titans, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Terry, good morning. Thank you so much for doing this. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Zach?
I'm doing very well. Listen, we're going to jump straight into this. First off, Terry, marvelous job. What you've done for Titans coverage over at Titan Insider is second to none. I think it's some of the best in the business, truly. And, you know, we're right in the middle of camp, and you've been all over it, whether it be stories about Ryan Tannehill, whether it be undrafted rookies, you know, making a splash, whether it be competition or Kevin Byard. To say all that, Terry, what has been kind of your thing that has stuck out right now through however many days we've been in camp for the Titans? What's kind of been your main storyline so far?
Well, I think one of the things, Zach, is the fact that the Titans really needed a good draft this year. They needed guys who could come in and plug and play and contribute immediately. And from what I've seen in camp, now it doesn't always translate to game, but usually it does. From what I've seen in camp, with guys like Roger McCreary, Traylon Burks, Kyle Phillips, Chiga Okonkwo, and maybe even Nicholas Petit Ferrer, if he wins the right tackle job, they're getting guys who are coming in and contributing right away, and not only contributing, but holding their own against some of these veterans at camp.
Yeah, it's been certainly fun to watch. Been following you on Twitter as you're at camp every day, and like I said, Titan Insider posting stories on the daily. I mean, it's been really good. Terry, the last time we talked, we were kind of wondering about Dylan Radins and kind of if he would take hold of one of the positions on the offensive line. Can you give us any update just kind of on his progress? If he's kind of taken hold of anything, or if he's still in battle?
He's still in battle very much, because I think he's in a competition with Nicholas Petit Ferrer, the rookie, third-round pick from Ohio State, for that right tackle job. And I think the winner of that is going to come out of probably not only the preseason games, which there's, you know, the preseason opener Thursday night at Baltimore, but these joint practices that are coming up over the next 2 weeks with the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Arizona Cardinals. I think they need to see Dylan Radins or Nicholas Petit Ferrer, whichever one wins that job. They need to see that guy step forward, take charge of that position, and claim it for his own.
You know, I saw a quote from Taylor Lewan a couple of weeks ago that said what he was really happy with about the offensive line. He said he felt there was a sense of urgency with that group. Do you you feel that as well? Do you feel a sense of urgency 1 through 5, 1 through 7, 1 through 8, or whatever it may be, not even just with the players maybe, but also maybe the position coaches? Do you feel that sense of urgency? Do you agree with that quote from Taylor?
Yeah, I think it's probably team wide. And here's why I say that. You know, the offensive line, for one thing, has to be better than it was last year, especially protecting Ryan Tannehill. I think they gave up like 49 sacks or something ridiculous like that. That cannot happen again. That contributed in large part to Ryan Tannehill's interception problems that he had a year ago. So I think there's that sense of urgency with the offensive line to play better in front of Ryan Tannehill, give him time to throw the football and to be able to make plays in the passing game and with the play action pass. And then I think there's a sense of urgency with this entire roster, simply for the fact that they blew a golden opportunity last year with the playoff loss to the Bengals. And then not only did that happen, they see that this window of opportunity may only be another year or two, because, you know, Derrick Henry's coming back off an injury. Guys like Lewan, Tannehill are getting older. You got guys like Jeffrey Simmons who are in the prime of their career. Excuse me there, Zach. Sorry about that. But they realize that the window of opportunity for this team is probably only good for another year or two before players are going to start getting old, and you're going to have to start disassembling, and you're going to have to start rebuilding for the next open window.
Absolutely. Terry, no problem. Get you a drink there if you need to. You know, the last time we spoke, there was a lot of uncertainty around Traylon Burks, right? I mean, is he even in shape? Is he even going to catch 20 balls this year? Is he going to give us 200-300 yards? But it really feels like, Terry, the script has flipped on Traylon. And as someone who has kind of been down on him, I haven't really been looking for reasons to be optimistic or positive. But, man, I kind of find myself in this position where I'm thinking, hey, maybe Traylon Burks might be worth that first-round pick. Have you gotten that sense so far through camp?
I kind of feel like he's going to have a decent year. I mean, you know, he may not come out and have 1,000 yards receiving like AJ Brown did as a rookie, but I do believe that he's going to mesh well and complement Robert Woods. And I think he's going to be able to give them something, at least part of what they lost with AJ Brown. He's a similar type player. He's not a burner, but he can take the football, catch it in traffic, or catch it on the go and make yards after the catch. So I think he's a guy that certainly, you know, looks the part. He's come back in good shape, and he looks like he's a guy that you know, can help this football team. Maybe not be a superstar right out of the gate, but I definitely think he's going to get his share of reps with that first group.
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, Terry, I would love, you know, Traylon. I don't expect, like you said, I don't know if we should expect 1,000 yards out of him as a rookie, but at this point, Terry, I'm really high. I think maybe he could give 600, 700, maybe 800 yards on the season. I mean, like you said, really compliment Robert Woods. And speaking of that offense, you know, you obviously look at Ryan Tannehill and just the disappointment of how last season ended. I'm curious, have you seen anything different from him through camp so far? Have you just seen a level of focus? I guess, what can you tell Titans fans to maybe give them a little optimism as we head into this year, who may be down on Tannehill after his performance last year against the Bengals?
I see a really rededicated Ryan Tannehill. I think he, you know, like I said before about, you know, the window of opportunity, I think he feels like maybe the window of opportunity is right here and right now with this team, that they can't wait and, you know, they can't afford to blow any more opportunities. The one thing that I've noticed in his on the field that's really been different about Ryan Tannehill last year, we were talking about all the tip passes. We're talking about the interceptions that were happening in camp. They chalked it up as not a big deal, but it carried over into the regular season. And Tannehill certainly had issues with that last season, threw more interceptions last year than he did the previous 2 years combined. So this year in camp, it's only been intercepted twice. And quite honestly, very few footballs have even hit the ground. So even though he's got almost a completely brand new wide receiver and tight end core, he's really gotten up to speed quickly, it seems, with these guys. You know, I don't expect him to play Thursday night in the preseason, but, you know, there's a part of me that almost wants to see a series or two just to see what he looks like in game action.
Absolutely. You know, honestly, Terry, is, you know, I was highly critical of Tannehill last season, even into the offseason. But honestly, I really hope we get a revenge Ryan Tannehill season just to prove all the naysayers wrong, like the me's of the world out there that say he shouldn't be in the NFL or he should be traded or whatever. But Terry, listen, there's so much still to get into, but we didn't even get onto the defensive side of the ball. Maybe we need to catch back up, maybe get like a Titans podcast going or something. But Terry, I really appreciate you joining us this morning on Mornings on Main Street. Thank you so much for the great Titans coverage. And again, if you're looking for the best Titans coverage in all of Nashville, head on over to TitanInsider.com to check out Terry's work. It's been really, really great. Like I said, second to none. Terry, have a great rest of your day, and thanks so much again.
Appreciate it, Zach. Thanks.
Yes, sir. That was Titan Insider Terry McCormick, just dropping knowledge this morning, Justin. I mean, just dropping the heat.
Absolutely. He always does. You know, it's always riveting for sure. I mean, I like that take about Tannehill, especially the interceptions in the camp last year.
Yeah.
Because I remember that now that he said something about it, but I'm glad that's not happening this year.
Yeah, most certainly. And yeah, I mean, want to see Tannehill revenge season, want to see Traylon Burks. You know, I would love nothing more than my tweets to just age like milk.
Absolutely.
Honestly. I mean, as a Titans fan, that's what I want. I mean, I won't mind being like, oh, I was wrong.
Exactly.
Mean, if the Titans come out and win the Super Bowl with Ryan Tannehill his MVP, I'll be the first one to eat crow. I mean, I'll put it right here on camera. I'll get the fork and knife out. Yeah, that's exactly right.
No, I agree. So the Bengals game last year, I went to it with my dad, and during halftime, I bought a Ryan Tannehill jersey.
Oh no!
First jersey I bought all year, and yeah, we all know what happened after that. So.
Yeah. So Justin, I cannot believe we've only got 4 minutes left on the show. Today has flown by, man. I really want to thank Titans Insider Terry McCormick. I want to thank Wilson County Sports Editor Tommy Bryan, and of course, cannot forget about the Magic Man, Jason Michaels, coming in, giving us a little fun this morning. So, Justin, if you were ready, I would love to close out the show with little celebrity birthdays. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Let's get it started, baby. All right. You are going to, there's no hint around this person, Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner. She is 29.
24. 24.
Dang it. She's going to get mad at me because, we used to date.
Yeah, I mean, she tunes in and we appreciate her watching, honestly.
Yeah, she probably turned it off now. Man,
yeah,
we lost that follower.
We'll get her back. No worries.
Yeah, you're right.
No introduction needed. Ja Morant.
Man, good birthdays today. Let's go 25.
22. Close. Antonio Banderas.
I feel like I know that name, but I don't know who that is.
He's an actor.
Okay. 51.
61.
Ooh.
61. Okay. I believe her last name has changed. I don't remember her last name from when she was on Teen Mom. But Macy, do you remember Macy from Teen Mom?
Yeah, she was the Tennessee girl, right?
Yeah, she was, I think, Chattanooga. But her last name is now Bookout. Macy Bookout. Do you know how old Macy is nowadays?
She's probably 33.
30, close.
One off again.
Yeah. Another basketball star, Andre Drummond.
He is 34.
28. All right, Justin. Do we need to take a breather?
I know. I just need to regroup here. Okay.
Just flush it all out.
Yeah.
Just flush it all out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 celebrity birthdays left. So let's hit them all. Okay, Justin?
I'm ready.
Okay. Jake Stone. Actor.
I only know John Pebble. Let's go 58.
36. That was tough. Jake Stone. I couldn't even tell you a movie that he was in. I just know that he was an actor.
Never would have it.
What about Ricky Smiley? Do you know who Ricky Smiley is? He is a comedian. He had that bit that you can go on YouTube and check out. He called a local church and he pranked them because he thought they were church's chicken. And he was he called church's chicken and thought they were the local church. So he just kept asking to speak with the pastor.
The pastor. I think I know who that is. 59.
Ooh, 53.
Oh.
All right, Justin. All right, two more. All right. Dalvin Cook.
Let's go. Man, I just get confused with the athletes because you never really know how old they are until they retire.
Yeah. So if you want to hint, he left FSU probably 8 years ago.
Okay. Wow. I didn't know he was that much into the league. Okay. We'll go 32.
26.
Is he really still?
Yeah. No, wow. I guess he couldn't have left 8 years ago. That's a bad hint on me. You can't leave college football at 18. That's on me. Right. That's on me.
So that's a dub for me.
That's a win. Asterisk. That's a win for Justin. That's on me. It's as the host, I should hold myself to a higher standard, and that's just on me. I apologize. And there's a deep fly ball. And last one, Justin.
Yes.
Named after a golf course, I assume, but Kenny Perry.
What, Katy Perry or Kenny?
Kenny
Perry.
Like the golf course in Franklin, Kentucky.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Or is that Kenny Perry?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Probably. I'm going to go stab in the dark, 49.
61. Just so out of this day in entertainment and celebrity birthdays, you got 1 out of 17. So
that, it's that one they always say that keeps you coming back.
That's right. So
and I'll be back.
It has been an absolute fun, thrilling show today on Mornings on Main Street on this Wednesday, 10th edition, 7:58. We're going to let you go after this, but thank you so much for joining us as your guest host today. I'm Zach Womble for Justin Kulik. We'll talk to you later.